I feel like I'm sort of like telling a mentally ill person that their feelings are invalid. I don't.
Destiny actually put up a sign behind it that said Drew Pavlou should hang himself. So obviously this is just retarded.
Wait, what?
And yeah, Destiny's just retarded.
Shit. Somebody donated that. Sorry, that is pretty funny though, and you should.
Hang on.
It's landlocked, bro. It's Markovia to the north. That's not a sea. He's still motivated.
Because they're retarded. Because they're retarded. How could you not be alienated as a young white man in Australia? That's why I'm an alienated young man.
Hello there, you handsome, beautiful person. My name is Megu. Hello. Now that that's out of the way, I think it's only appropriate we answer the next impending question. Who is Drew Pavlou? Drew Pavlou is a Greek-Australian man who started his public life in 2019 when he became an outspoken critic against the CCP and their influence against the University of Queensland. Nowadays, though, he makes a living shitposting on Twitter, causing outrage to gain impressions and revenue. After a long time of claiming to be a progressive online, Drew Pavlou recently revealed that he was now in fact a conservative. This is because people made mean jokes about Charlie Kirk online, which upset him because his parents are conservative and he became protective of them. This is despite the fact that his own parents don't seem to like him very much.
Make sure that I can
Keep
do...
your fucking profile low, okay? Before you go get a fucking job.
I don't care about a job, I'm just
Oh, fucking bullshit, I'm not paying for you the rest of your life, dickhead.
I'm fighting for what's right, that's why...
Just keep your fucking profile down before you won't get hired by anybody.
I don't care about the school line, I'm going
Who's
to...
gonna pay for you, Drew?
I'm gonna be fine, I'm protesting tomorrow.
Drew Pavlou isn't just racist and ignorant, he's also stupid and lacks shame. He is also one of the biggest political voices in Australia. So today I wanted you to join me as we take a trip through the story of Drew Pavlou, the grifter. In 2019, Drew took a stand against the CCP and their influence against the University of Queensland. He did this by spurging out, threatening staff and other students, and making bigoted attacks against the Chinese nationals there. He also discovered he had a talent for doing publicity stunts for attention, like visiting the Confucius building in his university wearing a hazmat suit during a global pandemic. He's also extremely inconsistent on anti-Semitism. On one hand, he will make a completely outlandish claim, like that the Superman movie is anti-Semitic Nazi propaganda, and then the next, he will sit down and have a quote-unquote conversation with a white nationalist like Richard Spencer. He consistently tells people that he's against bigotry, but I struggle to see how someone who refers to Rishi Sunak as almost fully assimilated, while also pushing ethno-nationalist talking points to be anything but.
English gentleman. So I think Rishi Sunak is almost fully assimilated.
What does that mean? He barely has an Indian accent, or what?
Wait, almost fully?
He's not
Wait, did you
like
just
a
say?
Roman.
Did
He's
you
not like
just
a
say?
Roman. He's
Did
not
you
like
just wait? Did you just say the former British Prime Minister, the head of the Tories, was almost fully assimilated into British culture? In what sense was he not fully assimilated?
I said he was fully assimilated.
you said-
So I think Rishi Sunak is almost fully assimilated. How could you not be alienated as a young white man in Australia? Sorry, how is that even possible? How the fuck is that even possible? I am an alienated young man. I'm a young, alienated Australian man. And the reason that I'm alienated is very legitimate. The reason I'm alienated is because I just watched 15 people murdered by Islamic extremists in my own country, my own countrymen slaughtered. That's why I feel culturally alienated. That's why I'm an alienated young man. I don't have a country because leftists say that Australia is this evil white genocidal settler colonial state founded on genocide, abolish Australia. Every year on January 26th, they march to abolish Australia. They burn the Australia flag. The Labor Premier of Victoria tells me that Australia is a nation of foreigners, so nobody's even Australian. I can't even count myself as Australian. Now jihadists are murdering people in the streets. They kill a 10-year-old girl. They shoot her in the head. I had friends at the event. They're terrorized for life.
The reason why Drew's language is so concerning is because this language is virtually indistinguishable from someone like Brenton Tarrant, the perpetrator of the Christchurch massacre. Tarrant summarizes his beliefs as ethnic autonomy for all peoples with a focus on the preservation of nature and the natural order. This translates into anti-immigration and anti-Islam sentiments reflected in theories of the Great Replacement, the title of his manifesto, which refers to cultural and ethnic replacement of white Europeans by Third World colonization, arising from disproportionate birth rates and mass migration. Who does that sound like? Drew has always tried his hand at debates. Unfortunately, his strongly held beliefs crumble when held under the slightest bit of pushback. He will either completely crash out and call people literally regarded,
Destiny, you are literally retarded.
or go quiet and sulk the whole time. For someone to have such strongly held controversial beliefs, you'd think he'd at least do the appropriate research into the topic, but unfortunately, his opinions seem to be grounded on his dislike of brown immigrants and sweeping for fascist governments. This often leads to people getting frustrated with him during debates, because there isn't any meaningful way to engage with him on the topic because he simply doesn't know what he is talking about.
Before then, it was like 200,
decades.
300,000. But why are you? What metric are you using to say that 90,000 or 100,000? Why does it have to be that?
You know what? You could have 200,000 polls come a year and it'd probably be fine. If it's 200,000 people from Afghanistan and from the poorest parts of the Middle East and stuff, it's not going to be fine. So I actually think rather than the numbers, probably actually the...
Nice argument, Senator. Why don't you back it up with a source?
My source is that I made it the fuck up.
Typically work on social security numbers.
It depends.
It depends?
It depends. If you look at...
What does net mean? Drew, what does net mean? What is net? Net. N-E-T, net.
You're actually extremely obnoxious. You can't even have...
Because you're extremely retarded.
For context, this is the map from the country in the Superman movie that Drew said looks a lot like Gaza.
I think you're actually fucked.
Dude, if it's Eastern Europe, why is it in a fucking desert?
But I think you're fucked because I think it's literally landlocked.
Hang on.
It's landlocked, bro.
I'm sharing it.
It's Markovia to the north. That's not a sea.
No. Go to my Substack. Okay. It's interesting that they portrayed the landlocked with the color of the blue sea.
No way you're doing this right now.
The fact that a couple of offenses... Oh, it's genocidal grooming.
It was.
Okay, I see, yeah.
Yes, well, the rape gangs were... the mindset behind the rape gangs was genocidal. 100%, 1,000%.
Believe it or not, and this is probably why all the people who write these reports did not say that, Drew, the professionals who actually understand these criminals and these people and the victims, people abuse and rape for the same reason that every ethnic group does it generally. It's because they think they can get away with it. It's because they like power. I feel like I'm sort of like telling a mentally ill person that their feelings are invalid. I don't understand. That's not what the word genocide means.
I can't help you if you're retarded. I can't help you.
Hey, well, what we're going to do...
There had to have been. It's so obvious. It was so out there in the open. And there's all these stuff, like, for example, the J report into the
Yes, I understand that this would probably be the very first time in British history where someone got away with raping and a bunch of people knowing about it for a long time.
But they're racially motivated rapes. That's why it's worse, retard. Racially motivated rapes.
No one who is a professional, who has ever worked in this field, who has ever produced any of these reports you're talking about, has described these as racially motivated rapes.
Because they're retarded. Because they're literally retarded.
Or maybe because they have a better understanding. Maybe because they have a better understanding of why rapists rape.
Again, when being asked to supply any information whatsoever, he just has absolutely nothing to add.
Going around harassing ICE agents in the state of Minnesota right now, and you can't
Which far left group? Which far left group?
You know as well as I do that they're
Which far left
group?
Groups. Name one. Name one.
They're amorphous groups. We all know that, Destiny.
Name one. What group? No.
Wow. So it needs to have...
Oh my God. They didn't have a name? Yeah, a group usually has a name. Usually they do. Wait. Can you think of a group that doesn't have a name?
To yell over each other, if we're going to talk over each other constantly, no one can hear anything. But we do got to kind of try to get order in this court, and we do want to go and answer each other's questions when they are asked. So, Drew, you have the mic again. You've claimed there's civil unrest. Give us your argument, and then we'll talk about it.
You know, they're not as organized, for example. Oh, this is just retarded. Destiny is literally retarded. Destiny is a cuck. He has been cucked so many times. His wife divorced him because he's a cuck. And he is a terrible father. And his own son attests to the fact that Destiny is one of the worst fathers of all time.
Go back to the unnamed.
So it's just
go back to the unnamed mystery groups. Go ahead. No, tell us, Drew. Tell us, Drew. The unnamed mystery groups. Quick, China's coming to take you again, Drew, for the 50th time. China's coming to abduct you. Give us more of the unnamed groups, Drew. Go.
This is completely retarded. I was actually going to avoid personal attacks against Destiny, but he actually put a sign behind it.
Until I played soundboards, and then you were like,
Destiny actually put up a sign behind it that said Drew Pavlou should hang himself. So obviously this isn't a good faith debate. This is just retarded.
Wait, what?
And yeah, Destiny's just retarded.
Shit. Somebody donated that. Sorry. That is pretty funny, though. And you should.
You might not know this, but it's expensive work being a professional crybaby on the internet. Fortunately, Drew's figured out a way around this. Just create a GoFundMe. UQ for Human Rights, support Amnesty China work, free period products for UQ students, fight student poverty, UQ free hampers, help Drew hire Adelaide Road Trip Freedom Bus, Drew Pavlou UQ Fighting Fund, support Drew and Harry against UK false charges, Australian Open, hand out Pang Shui shirts, Drew's blank sign fine in Australia. Now Drew's made a lot of money doing this. About $130,000 over the past 6 years. It's kind of concerning how he just kind of keeps making GoFundMes, and I question whether or not the money is going to an actual cause. But you know, it's not like he's making random meme GoFundMes or anything, right?
Big news, everybody. I've decided today to move into Billie Eilish's $6 million Malibu beachside mansion. She announced today at the Grammys that no human being is illegal on stolen land.
No one is illegal on stolen land.
So I'm going to be making the trip to America. I'm packing my bags right away, and I'm looking forward to just taking possession of her $6 million Malibu mansion. No human being is illegal. So I want to thank everybody who's believed in me on this journey. I really can't wait to move in. It's now my house. I want to thank Billie Eilish as well for her generosity. Thank you so much.
Is this allowed under GoFundMe rules? You know what? Fair enough. Lesson learned, right? It's not like Drew's going to brag about it on the news and make a give, send, go with the exact same fucking purpose.
Look, I started the GoFundMe and they actually deleted my GoFundMe. So I've started a new fundraiser through Give, Send, Go. I've had to start a new one through Give, Send, Go because they took it down on GoFundMe.
Is this cunt fucking retarded? So to everyone's surprise, Drew committed to the bit and actually travelled to America with the money raised from Give, Send, Go. And upon arrival, he was refused entry into the United States. Now, if you read Drew's Twitter, you'd assume that Billie Eilish's lawyers personally contacted the Department of Homeland Security to stop him from entering the country. But when you look into it, you find out he's just incompetent and had the wrong visa. Kind of ironic for someone who bitches and moans about illegal immigrants, then trying to enter a country and violate the conditions of his visa to, you know, illegally work.
It's a day that will live in infamy forever.
On October 9th, 2025, Drew released a video titled October 7, the day that killed my faith in leftism. That's right, the real tragedy is other people's retarded comments online made him completely abandon his moral beliefs. So now we have to be punished by watching Drew narrate over one of the worst terrorist attacks in history. During the video, he paraded the bodies of the victims and spewed ethno-nationalist rhetoric in what I can only describe as bottom-of-the-barrel, shameless, disgusting behaviour. Drew has a dangerous obsession with magnifying sectarian violence in a disgraceful attempt to legitimise his bigoted beliefs. And unfortunately, with the rise of the far right in Australia, this messaging seems to be working. We've gotten to the point that if I were to sit someone down and calmly explain things to them with facts and evidence, they'd just scream about genocidal mindset and destruction of our culture. How do you empirically disprove something people invent in their heads?
And look, I decided after October 7th that I personally opposed the concept of having my own head sawn off by third worldist jihadists.
Wow, Drew, what a controversial fucking opinion!
Targeting countries like Australia as inherently genocidal settler colonies. It's blood libel meant to justify terrorist violence and destroy liberalism and democracy and Western civilization more broadly. It's blood libel designed to prepare the road for genocide against the West. Our culture, our way of life, our civilization, our loved ones, they wish to heap everything we love onto the bonfire and destroy it. They don't share our morality. Nothing we love has any value to them. We saw what the decolonization looked like on October 7, and it was demonic. It was satanic.
So in conclusion, I have to say this. It's very easy to look at the things that Drew says and laugh at them. But we can only laugh at them because we know better. There is a large group of people who are alienated, isolated, and alone who are going to hear Drew's message and they are going to act on it, sometimes violently. It is important to speak out on this kind of rhetoric because if you're like me, you have friends, family, colleagues who are all immigrants, and they need us to stick up for them right now. In the future, I intend to do a deep dive into immigration policy in a lot of the Western countries right now. If that interests you in any way, shape, or form, follow along. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give it a thumbs down. Comment, tell me what you think. If you dislike the video, please let me know. I want to know if this is, the right direction for the channel. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.